you think about RPGs, probably Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age comes to mind. However, on the Switch, there's a lot of hidden gems, such as World's End Club. The World's End Club, imagine Danganronpa meets Secret Santa. It's a really bizarre but creative game. It's equal parts visual novel and platforming with a compelling JRPG story. You take control of a club, and right on the opening moments are given a task to escape a theme park. The catch is that the task you're given is not your own, but belongs to someone else in the group. A game of trust and betrayal, has a really unique art style and some great visual elements thrown in. A really compelling story. Give this one a shot. The World Ends With You, a stylish successor of the DS original. Modern day Shibuya is the setting. Fantastic story that takes you all across this busiest of districts in Tokyo. The action elements of this game have seen something that I guess later on were refined with Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy VII Remake. The art style is wholly unique, something you don't see from a JRPG. Imagine playing Xenoblade but with people online, and imagine bringing back those ugly faces from the OG Xenoblade. Well, that is Phantasy Star 2 Online. I'm not gonna rag on this game though. It's crazy that this is running on the Switch, and thanks to the Sega ID system, you can cross-save between the Switch and the PC versions of the game. In all honesty, Phantasy Star has been a beloved franchise that has helped carve out modern MMORPGs and big open world adventures. The scope is unlike any, and it's one of the few successful MMORPGs of all time. This is Caligula Effect 2. I'm not going to cover the first one here, but let's just say that this janky looking JRPG is something of a phenomenon. At first glance, you'd want to dismiss it. Animations are wooden, your weird characters kind of look stoic and miserable, but beneath all of that lies a story that I really wish the new Matrix sequels could have stolen. So your memory is erased and you enter this utopian place. Is it real, or are things glitching back and forth? Well, what follows is a compelling and deeply Shin Megami Tenshin-esque adventure that looks into the aspects of Stockholm Syndrome, reality, and the price of achieving a utopian society. Maglin Lord. I kept calling it Magma Lord, but that's not correct. You are a weapon in this blend of a dating sim, visual novel, and JRPG. You wake up as the last demon lord in a distant future and need to regain your power and save your demonic brethren scattered all across the land. You're unable to fight, but you can transform into a weapon, and you're wielded by your partner. The dating sim and visual novel aspects are extremely polished, and the hack and slash 2D fighting mechanics, or they want to call it the JRPG fighting mechanics, they leave a lot to be desired. But if you want a game that does crafting, customization, interactive storytelling, and has a really decent dating sim, look no further. Shinchan. Well, the actual title is Shinchan, My Summer Vacation with My Professor. It's a very long and convoluted title. I'm just going to call it Shinchan Summer Vacation. What this game is if you've ever wanted to live in the Japanese countryside or have this love about old Japan, its aesthetics, being in the countryside, this is the game for you. Shinchan is a pretty popular cartoon series. It's really popular here in Japan, and once you get a hang of it, you sort of understand why. It blends pop culture, it blends, what it is to be a kid. It's a little raunchy at times, just like how some kids are a little pervy and silly. All of that is embodied in such a wholesome way. This is such a wonderful game. As you go to a summer vacation place with your family, there's a professor who lives next door. He's got a dinosaur, and you go on all sorts of wonderful adventures. I didn't even want to cut this trailer. I just wanted this Nintendo Direct trailer to play out. Just something about how they do the sunlight, the atmosphere, and how these characters are animated. It's just so magical. It's so wonderful. And it really encapsulates what it is to live in the Japanese countryside. As somebody who has done so, this game is pretty accurate and it's a wonderful gem. This is Arterial Rise. The first game was a massive success in Japan, but I'm going to look at its sequel, Arterial Rise 2. Now, the first game merited no improvements. It was already a huge success. They could have just phoned this in, but Koei Tecmo decided to improve on the sequel in such a substantial manner. It's actually rather shocking. The animation is vastly improved, the visuals get a massive update, and the crafting or synthesizing elements are supremely refined. The exploring and gathering aspects of the game are fun, and it has a fast travel system that makes things very accessible. Also, with the Switch version, you're getting the no censorship version, which may or may not have plagued the PS4 version. Of all of the JRPGs I've looked at today, this is really one of the most unique and interesting titles. The fighting mechanics are just something that I've not seen executed in any other JRPG. It's kind of real time, it's kind of turn-based. Wonderful, wonderful title. Give it a shot. We're not going to look at a Musou game or Warriors game. We're going to look at Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Now this game is phenomenal. When it came out in 2021, it ended up sweeping a lot of local Japanese awards and was sold out actually for a week at its launch. So I couldn't find this game. I went to 3-4 different stores. When I finally got it, I was just amazed. The art style, the visuals, the effects that they employ, it's just something that hasn't been seen. I'm kind of getting tired of that weird indie blocky look, and this game was such a breath of fresh air. Now the action platforming elements are just one part of the game. The second part is the rice farming. You'd think that would just be, you know, your typical Harvest Moon story of seasons, boring plant and then pig sort of thing. No, the rice farming is really true and authentic to the actual process of rice farming. They make a whole game out of this stuff, man, and it's just brilliant. Very, very Japanese, very unique, and honestly just oozing with charm. This game is, if it's not a hidden gem, it's one of the best games to come out on Switch in the last 2 years. Definitely highly recommend this. I think there's a sale on the eShop. You could pick it up for 26 bucks. That's crazy. Get this game, like us, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys.